All right, everybody, I am back on the big craft. I've actually kind of missed this game right here. I haven't done anything to my world. All I've done is change my skin to the zombie because I remember I have the Xbox 360 edition of, not Xbox 360 edition, I'm sorry, the Xbox One S, I'm pretty sure, version of Minecraft. And I was actually playing that for like 5 minutes. And I realized that I had the zombie skin and I kind of missed it. So I'll be rocking it in today's video. But it has been admittedly a while since I've been in this world. And I'm not going to lie, one of my headphones has broken. Like one of my, I think it's my right side. My right side headphone has completely broken. So I don't actually know how loud anything is. Let me see. Uh, it's fine. I don't think it matters. I wouldn't worry about it too much. But not much has actually changed. I haven't actually hopped on the Minecraft ever since, what is it called? Ever since last video. But nothing has actually changed since the last video in my life either. I think everything is the same. I wish I had like some interesting news, but no, really. I mean, everything is just the same. Can you believe that? Ah, yeah, he's still not moving, is he? He just stands there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm used to. So nothing changed here either. Well, that's good to know. But all I can say is that let me see. The last couple of months, I've been getting put to work. I have been, what is it called? I've been um I've been locking in pretty hard because finals are right around the corner, so make sure to study for those guys. You don't want to, what is it called? One, two, three, 4 blocks. Okay. One, two, three. I'm sorry? Why do I hear skeleton? But you don't want to fail those. Unless if you're a senior. I'm going to be exempting most of my finals. Hey, I mean, if I have a God's grace. But there's also been a there's also been a concern of mine recently. So I've been trying to get the Zell Miller scholarship because I'm going to be going to a college that's really close by. I'm going to be going to GGC, right? And um, because for me, it's actually like the most financially stable option. Because the thing is, it's not like I'm broke. It's not like I'm broke or anything. It's just that I don't particularly like spending my money on something I don't have to spend it on, if that makes sense. Because let me tell you a little something about college. This video might lean a little bit more onto the financial side, but here's the problem with college. College is expensive, and I'm trying to keep it classy here, but I would most definitely say a bad word. It's expensive. It's really expensive. Like, it's unbelievably expensive, and it's a really big burden on the families who have to support the student because let's be honest, if you are a kid that's like fresh out of high school, maybe you've only worked a part-time job, you're still not going to be able to fully afford college unless if you've only been saving up for college. Because let's be honest, lots and lots and lots of high school students don't truly understand the importance of saving money. So what they do is that they spend it on their little wing stop, you know what I'm saying? They get like their little, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they they spend their money as soon as they get it. if that makes sense. So they like as soon as that, I don't know, like as soon as that 4,000 hit the bank, like they're gonna be spending all of it, like especially for the girls as well. Like for example, it's because they have naturally more expenses than men do. They could spend it all on what is it called? They could spend it on their nails, things of that nature is what I'm saying. And the problem with that is that it doesn't matter where your money is going. It just matters that it's going. And that's that's a really big issue because here's the problem. What if you get fired from your part-time job? Now, right now, I know it's not that serious. You're still in high school, you've got parents, hopefully, who love you, hopefully, and you also have a roof to sleep under, hopefully. But here's the thing. If you didn't have one of those, then what are you gonna do if you get fired? Because your parents, unless if you're a chud, they're not going to support you forever. And a lot of teenagers don't clock that because they shouldn't. They shouldn't. I mean, yeah, it's like it's not their time to really process that. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're wrong for spending all of their money on Wingstop. I mean, hey, I would do that. But the problem here is that they fail to recognize that their parents aren't going to support them when they're older until it's too late. So they just keep like enjoying their youth, yes, of course. It's always good to enjoy your youth, buy a little bit of Wingstop, go out on a date somewhere. It's nice spending your money. But the problem comes when their family can no longer financially support them, when they need money, and when they need somewhere to stay. That's where the problem arises. So what I'm trying to say is like let me put you into a given scenario. So you've been working a part-time job that pays you less than 15,000 a year. If you were to calculate your salary from your hourly wage. Um, was this a spruce tree? This is a spruce tree. So that's what's going on. And you tend to spend your money on a lot of, let's say, miscellaneous things. Junk food, dates, what else? Well, I don't know, just miscellaneous things that don't really have any, you know, any substance to them. It's not any like real investment. It's just kind of wasting money. I'm not going to say that that's wrong because you are still a teenager. You are still young. It's I don't expect you to understand how money works. But the problem arises when you never bother to learn how money works. That's where the problem arises. And once you are an adult, let's say you want to go into college because you heard the statistic that college, around 80% of people who go to college, or actually no, I think all of the people that go to college make on average higher than people who didn't go to college. Like they have higher salaries than people who didn't go to college, which is a true statistic. I won't say that all college majors do that. Sorry, English majors. But what I'm trying to say is that people who go to college usually make more than someone who doesn't. And you, hearing that statistic, want to go to college. And you want to go to an Ivy League. Lord have mercy. So you want to go to. No, I'll save my thoughts for the end. You want to go to an Ivy League, and let's say you're the average student. You graduate with, I'll say, I'll give you, I'll give you a fat 3.7. You aren't exactly prestigious or anything, but you're still solid. you're not making it into the Ivy League. I'm very sorry to inform you about that, but I have to keep it a stack with you, okay? Yes, I am a YouTuber. Yes, I love all 12 of my fans, but I'm also you guys' best friends, okay? And I'm here to be real with you. You're not making it into the Ivy League. Here's why. You and your parents don't have the money. You guys just don't have the money. You guys don't have the money over and over and over again. I'm sorry. No, it's not your test scores that's going to get you into Harvard. No, it is not. Hey, buddy, what you doing? Be off my tree. It's not your test scores that are going to get you into Harvard. It's not a tear-jerking college essay that's going to get you into Harvard, okay? It's how much money your daddy has in his pocket and how much of it has gone to the school. I'm so sorry you're not getting in. It's an exclusive club. But that's exactly how they get you. It's so enticing. Let me give you a statistic. It is statistically easier to make your way into Ultimate Champion in Clash Royale than actually getting into Harvard. We can't be serious. We really, really can't be serious enough. Harvard is what you would call an elites club, okay? Not just anybody gets in. And unfortunately for you, you are less special than you think. You are anybody. And I don't mean to be such a negative person, okay? I don't mean to, take a steaming dookie on your hopes and dreams. But yes, I'm taking a steaming dookie on your hopes and dreams because you haven't thought it out. Let me give you another scenario. Let's say, hypothetically, okay? Hypothetically, you come from the middle class. And middle class is like what? 40, 50, 60,000 a year? You come from the middle class, upper middle class. Let me give you the benefit of the doubt. Upper middle class. You live in a 3-story home. You're well off. You're quite well off. You don't have all the money in the world, but you are quite well off. You make it into Harvard. Somehow, you make it into Harvard. They accept you. They actually accept you after a tear-jerking college essay and pristine, and I mean perfect SAT scores, and you have to be nationally recognized. Because yes, if you didn't know, that is a requirement to go or to get into Harvard because I'm pretty sure their admission requirements got leaked like a couple years back. Yeah, you have to be nationally recognized in order to be well accepted into Harvard and possibly get a scholarship for it. So, let's say you make it in, but you come from the upper middle class and you're not nationally recognized. So, by some miracle, you make it into Harvard. Hey, congratulations! Have you seen how much you need to pay for Harvard? You got in. That's great. Until you figure out that you don't have any scholarships because you're not nationally. You won't believe how upset I am. You wouldn't believe it. And I'm not saying this because we just had our financial literacy talk. I'm saying this because I recorded for 30 minutes after that cut that you just saw. None of it saved. None of it. Everything just crashed. Lord have mercy on my soul. Please give me the patience. Okay. So let me continue with the financial literacy talk. I was out here doing calculations and everything too. So basically, here's the thing. You're not nationally recognized. Okay, you're not a nationally recognized scholar. So even if somehow By some wild stroke of luck, you made it into Harvard or into an Ivy League or into any given prestigious school. And if you don't have the money, you're either not going to stay in college or you're going to get out a student loan and pay it off for the rest of your life. That's honestly just the truth. And if you want, I'll show you the calculations right here. Here, 80,000 per semester, sticker price, because we all know you're not getting any scholarships. Times 2 semesters in a year, $160,000 of debt a year. Times four, because of course you're attending Harvard for 4 years, right? You want to make the most of that experience. Yeah, you're $640,000 in debt. Okay, cool. I can pay that off. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can make 640,000. No, you can't. Um, let's say you get, let's say you get, okay, let's say you graduate from Harvard. A, let's say you get a job that pays, let's say 60,000 a year. It's taking you around 11 years to pay it off. Doesn't sound bad, right? Yeah, hey, I hate to inform you, but even with a well-paying job, this is if you are not spending money on bare bones expenses. This is if you are not paying your rent. This is if you are not paying your bills. This is if you are not buying food. This is if you're not buying water. This is if you're not going out. This is if you can pay this off in around 11 years if you are living with your parents for 11 years. So let's say you're 22, 21, 23 plus 11. You're in your 30s and you just now paid off your college debt. Or, or you're dead because there's no way that every last cent of your paycheck is going to be going to Harvard, to your little loan officer that gave you that loan all those years ago for 11 years. 11 years worth of your money is going to Harvard. What is that, like an eighth of your life if you don't smoke or drink? Good luck, high school stoners. You're probably going to be dead by the time they get this money back. But it's very frustrating. Now, if you were a sensible person, you would stop at 80,000. You would see how much it costs after you got the loan, and you would leave after the first semester. Yeah, well, now here's the problem. You're $80,000 in debt, and you have nothing to show for it. You went to Harvard, awesome, but you didn't stay in Harvard. You have nothing at all to show for your hard work, and you still have that loan on your back. No, it doesn't go away once you leave the college. It stays with you until you pay it off or until you die. And I'm so sorry to be harsh with you guys. You guys are my best friends. Love you guys, but no. I'm glad that you didn't make it into the Ivy League. As a matter of fact, if you didn't get accepted into an Ivy League, good. Don't even think about crying. Good. Someone just saved your life. Some admissions officer just saved your life and you didn't know it. And you're probably cursing them out for it too. Because let's say you make 60,000 a year, okay? 60,000 times, let's say you put away 20% of your paycheck every single month, or no, 20% of your salary, as a matter of fact, every single month, and that goes to Harvard. $12,000 go to Harvard every single year. If you attended for all 4 years, because if you want a high-paying job, you have to go $640,000 in debt. Because how else are you going to get that high paying job? Let's be honest, you're going straight to construction if you don't come out through college. $640,000 divided by how much did I say? What was the last one? You know, it's okay. I can calculate it again. $60,000 times 0.20. $12,000. 53 years. Let's do a little bit of math here. You're, let's say 22 when you leave college. You're going to be 76 by the time you pay off that college loan. 76 years old. Let that sink in. For 54 years, you have been paying Harvard 20% of your salary as if it's been working all of those shifts with you. All of that overtime straight to Harvard. Not to you, not to your wife, not to your kids. Hopefully, you don't have any kids because they're going to be miserable. Miserable if you are their father or mother and you are $640,000 in debt. They're not going to have any toys, nothing nice, no meals out, nothing. All of that goes straight to Harvard, straight to your loan officer. They're going to be eating them good noodles every single day. I'm telling you, you're going to be out there eating some Maruchan trying to pay them back for the rest of your life. I'm telling you, I'm warning you right here, right now. That's the rest of your working career. By the time you finish that, how do you expect to build wealth from this? 76 years. 76 years old. 53, no, 50, yeah, no, 53. I'm sorry, 75, I guess. A little miscalculation. But 53 years of debt. Oof. How do you expect to build any sort of wealth? Let's define what wealth is. Wealth is when you build up money for the long run, or for generational wealth, it's for the next generation. Okay? Great. So let me ask you a question. How are you going to build wealth if the wealth that you're supposed to be building right now is going to Harvard for the next 53 years? If it's going to your Ivy League loan officer for 53 years, that loan officer is about to have generational wealth, not you. That's your wealth. And here's why. Here's why that happens. When you take out loans of any kind, you officially become a slave. And yes, I know I'm going to look back at this clip. Someone's going to send me this clip when I'm rich and famous and viral in 5 years, and then I'm going to be like, oh my god, why did I say that? And then I'm going to get canceled by the next generation. But I'm serious. By definition, you are a slave. You are a slave to whoever gave you that money. How come, Otto? How come? I want you to think back to indentured servants that first came to America from England. They came here because they needed money. England gave them the money to come here so that they could pay them back later. What the freak do you think you're doing? How are you any different from them? You are not making yourself money. You are working hard so that you can make them money. Okay? Because that's not your money that's going into your account. Because clearly it's not in there. Clearly it's going to somebody else every single month. That's not your money anymore. That's their money. You are every sense of the word, a slave. And that's all you'll ever be until you pay it off. That is, that's how they get you. As what they get you when you're young. You don't know how money works. You just think, oh, it comes in every month and I get to spend it. Yeah, you're not gonna have it when you're older. And as a matter of fact, you're not only going to just not have it, you're gonna need to pay someone back when you're older. 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds don't know what to do with $640,000. They don't know what to do with all of that money. What do you think they're gonna use it for? They're gonna spend it on useless stuff. And they're going to be driven to suicide. People sit around campfires telling horror stories about debt. Lord have mercy, hold on. Alright, everybody, I'm back. I have gotten myself a glass of water. I got parched there. But yeah, I mean, it's absurd. And people will really like, how do I say this? People will like, they will really go to like large extents to defend getting a loan for college, and it's really ridiculous. Let me tell you about it. So, we were in my Latin class, and we were having a debate about college in there. It's because you can really talk about anything you want in that class as long as it's in Latin. And it was between, okay, it was like me and this girl, Serenity, versus this Kaylin and the Latin teacher herself, right? So it was us there. And let me throw out this statistic real quick. 70% of all Americans are in debt. They live their lives in debt. So just wanted you to know that. But it was us having a debate, correct? And that debate was brutal. It was probably the most frustrating and probably the best rage bait that I've ever seen from a teacher. Ever. Because here's her stance on it. She said that getting a loan for college was okay for the college experience. Oh my god. That when I tell you I really got like a pounding headache when I heard that. It was insane. It's like are we even talking about the same topic here? I did not think that an adult could be so blatantly irresponsible with money in order to believe that going to college is perfectly fine. And see, I understand that because I don't know what the freak she does. I'm not sure exactly how this works, but teachers usually get like government, like literally government secured positions, or like they get secured positions. Here's the cycle. Here's the cycle. They grow up in school, they attend school, they teach at school. You notice how at no point in time do they ever leave that area? I'm not surprised. And that's why a lot of teachers act like big babies because they never leave school. They never learned the world outside of school. They don't know what the outside world is like. I'm sorry, what was I saying? I hear a skeleton, but they go through this cycle. They don't leave school. They don't experience times where they don't have jobs because it's secured. It's guaranteed. It's literally guaranteed. And I mean, they get paid pennies anyway, so it's whatever. But at least they have a guaranteed job. That's not like that for I'm pretty sure anybody else that's not working in a government position. People who have an English major are not going to be guaranteed a job, nor people who have a business major. They are not going to be given a job. Teachers are given a job. It is literally spoon-fed to them. So I understand her perspective, because it's fine. For her, it's fine. But for literally anybody else, it's not. And I know very well that none of you are trying to become teachers. You see how badly kids treat them, right? So, here's the thing. When she said that, it's like you're like how are you like this? Like why are you like this? How could you be so blind? It's like because let me give her credit. What she meant by the college experience was not football games, Greek life, sororities, frat parties, harassment, um, public intoxication and nudity. It was none of those things. What she meant was bettering yourself as a person and learning new skills. Are you seriously telling me that getting a loan that will ruin the rest of your adult life is worth it in order to discover who you are as a person and learn new skills? You mean to tell me that time management skills, that's an explicit one that she listed, can only be learned in college? It can't be learned anywhere else. No, 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 no. Getting a real job isn't going to teach you time management skills. Only college can do that. Discovering who you are. No, no, don't be ridiculous. Self reflection can't do that. Only college can do that. That's so dumb. Who are you trying to fool? Who are you shilling for? Did the Mossad get to her? I. I. What? That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. It's so brain numbing. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. How could you possibly think that only college can give you these skills? Are you in your right mind? And then when I made that argument, when I made the argument that college isn't the only place that can give you like those skills, because literally anywhere else can give you those skills as well. You know what? You know what she had the audacity to hit me with? She hit me with, okay, but have you gone to college? Have you gone to college? Have you gone to college? Like a broken record. Goodness gracious. Hey, Miss Latin teacher, if you're watching this video, you are an amazing person, but please never make that argument ever again. That was the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say ever in your career. You would you would have no idea how disappointed I felt in you in that moment. Like you were literally an angel who fell from grace in my eyes. Because what do you mean? Okay, but have you gone to college? And it's obvious that she's only asking that because I'm sitting in her classroom right now in high school. Like, yeah, no shot, I haven't gone to college. But do you need to do drugs in order to know that you shouldn't be doing drugs? Have you done drugs? Should you do drugs? I bet that your answers are going to be quite the same. Just the same as mine. And unfortunately, yes, I do still understand where she's coming from. Because it's like, oh, who are you to tell me what I should be doing with my life, youngin? And for those of you who are thinking that right now, let me tell you this. This is not my little hypothesis that I'm making. Okay, this is not something, this is not my invention. This is not like a little kid coming up to you with his little science project. This is not an experiment. This is fact. This is lived through. And if you want someone who is much more credible, with much more credentials than I have, check out Dave Ramsey. Check out Dave Ramsey expeditiously because he had 4 million with an M dollars in debt. And he has a higher net worth than you will ever see. He has more money than you will ever see in your life. Today. He is still alive today. And his family is more than well off. So, Miss Latin teacher, don't ever make that argument again. It was stupid. It was so dumb. Genuinely so dumb. And for anyone else who made the same argument, I hope you realize how ridiculous you sound and look right now. Because to a certain extent, you are. You are ridiculous. And I don't mean to shame anyone, okay? I don't mean to shame you for your really bad arguments. But you have to do your research. And for those of you who don't know better, if you don't know who to trust, you don't have to trust me. Trust someone with experience, someone who has lived through a lot. Check out Dave Ramsey. Pay for things only when you can afford them. It sounds like common sense, but I promise you it's harder than it looks. And it will be. There will be times when you're going to reach for a credit card. There will be times when you don't want to save. There will be times when you want something now or when you feel like you have to get something now. You don't. Okay? You don't. So take a step back, save, and when you're ready, buy it and then enjoy it. Because you'll never have to be paying for it ever again. And that's all I can really say on the topic. I'm not sure if I was able to finish the what is it called? The little college loan rant. But here's my plan. Um, save up. Okay. I mean, I actually already have the money, but save up. Go to GGC. Genuinely dirt cheap. It's in state. Oh yeah, and if you're out of state, good luck because dual enrollment just kind of goes away. Dual enrollment doesn't really help to pay for college like at all. Even if you do still do dual enrollment, you're still going to be paying a very high net price. I'm not quite sure why, but dual enrollment, they just don't really care about dual enrollment in other states. So if you are still in a position where you can choose between in-state versus out-of-state, please, for everything that you hold dear, go in-state. It's not worth going out of state. No Ivy League wants you, number one. And even if they do want you, you can't afford them. It's like having a girlfriend that only wants shiny stuff. She could want you, she could love you, but if you can't give her what she wants, she not gonna stay with you. That's just some real junk, okay? But I mean, no, that's all I can really say on the topic. But if you guys have any questions, if you guys find yourself in that situation that I was describing earlier, if you guys find yourself having loans, if you guys find yourself going through a hard time in life, I want to remind you that as hopeless as I make it seem, as bleak as I might be, as negative as I might be, I want you guys to never forget that you can change. You can change your situation if you change your behavior. You can change your situation if you want it bad enough. Only if you want it bad enough. And to those of you who are actively trying to fix that situation, I couldn't be prouder of you. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, anything that you'd like for me to address, if you guys like to share your situation and want me to give my little 2 cents on it, what you should do, let me know in the comments. Of course, that's only if you trust me enough, which I'm sure you don't. Because, of course, who is this kid telling me to not get out any loans? But if you don't want to trust me, if you don't want to follow the warning, you can see the punishment for yourself. So, by all means. But this isn't even just my expertise. This is Dave Ramsey's expertise, okay? This is just a compilation of statistics speaking. This isn't me, this isn't my 2 cents, this isn't what I want you to do. This is just how you play the game. If you don't want to follow the rules, then you might be paying the price for it forever. But that aside, I also want to address one other thing, which is my previous video regarding my previous video was it was actually not a cry for help. I know it was very different, okay? I know it was very interesting to say the least. Uh, it was in fact not a cry for help. It was not a display of my mental situation right now. I'm actually just fine. I am actually quite very happy, very satisfied with my life. It was actually just for my AP Lit project, or AP Literature project, for those of you who don't know. It was a Hamlet soliloquy, Hamlet by Shakespeare. Yes, we read that. And a soliloquy, for those of you who don't know, it's when a character is doing a monologue to themselves, basically. And it's when they think that nobody is around, or when they think that no one is listening. So that's what it was for. And in case if you were curious to which Hamlet soliloquy I could have possibly been copying, or not copying, modernizing, it was I'm pretty sure it was in Act 2. It was, "Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I." That one. So, guys, I'm just fine. There is no reason to show any concern. Um, yeah, I'm actually still perfectly mentally sane, and I actually couldn't be happier. So, Lord have mercy. But I think that's it. Um, oh yeah, the final update is on the little cabin here. I want to make some bookshelves, I just don't know how. So I'm gonna be trying to make some fences probably. And here I'm gonna put like the fence right there, and I'm gonna learn how to make some bookshelves. And if I can't make bookshelves in this version, then yikes. I'll figure the kitchen out later. I'm probably gonna make this out of quartz or something. That's my vision so far. But if you have gotten this far into the video, I know that this one has been quite boring so far. It's uh it's mostly just me talking. You can kind of put it on if you're wanting to go to sleep or something, or if you were just curious and wanting to know some financial stuff, then I'm I'm glad that this was a video that could serve you. If you watched for this long, thank you. I thank you, and I am blessed to have you on the channel. And if you haven't watched this long, then thank you anyway for kicking it with me for as long as you have. And if you guys found yourself in any of the situations that I've talked about, and if you guys are changing it because of me, thank you for trusting me, and God bless your heart. I hope that you are able to change your situation. Quite frankly, I do. I wish only the best for you, and if you are on that journey, don't be afraid to share it in the comments. And thank you all for sticking with me. I'm going to continue. Next video is definitely going to be more progress made on the cabin. I'm gonna probably touch up on my building skills in creative mode or something. But yeah, until then, it's gonna be Swag Bro Aldo out.